All right. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Valerie from the city's Environmental Services Department, and you all know Liz from the District 10 office. And we're going to do a little recycling game today to see which of us better knows what we can recycle. And the reason that we want to learn how to recycle right, as we're calling it, is a few things. One, we want to help the environment, obviously, but we also know that rates are going up in part because our recycling bins have been full of more contamination, meaning items that don't belong in there, which means that they have to go to the landfill, which is bad for your pocketbook and bad for the environment. So Valerie's going to keep us honest and run us through a little game here where we learn a little bit about how to better recycle. All right.
I'm going to go first, and I'm going to go for something easy. This goes in the recycling bin. Right?
All right.
Correct.
So Liz gets a point. I see. So we should start with the easy ones.
I think so.
Okay. And I'm going to grab this Starbucks paper bag, and I'm going to guess it's recycling.
That's correct.
All right.
It looks good, clean and dry, no liquid or food on it, so that's the right place.
All right.
Right.
Excellent.
Oh, wait, not that one.
Oh, I'm at 10 already. Okay.
I am going to grab this. So this is also cardboard, but it's greasy. And so last night's dinner goes in the trash.
That's correct, Liz. It does go in the trash. Whenever you've got cardboard that's got grease or food or it's become wet, it does become garbage. However, it doesn't go to the landfill. The unique thing about San Jose's program is that we sort through all of those garbage bins and we pull out food scraps and things like cardboard that's greasy, and those get composted. So we do have composting in San Jose.
Awesome. All right. I think we have some tricky ones here. So this is a box that's cardboard mostly, but I see that it has this little plastic in it. So I'm going to guess that because it's this kind of mixed material, it's probably the trash.
That one can likely go in the recycling cart.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of plastic, you're correct, is not recyclable. I don't think we need to go through the effort of trying to peel it out.
So that little bit there is okay, if it's just
fine.
a small amount. Okay,
Yes.
and about how much plastic, how mixed can it be?
I would say something that's kind of insignificant like that should be fine.
It's okay.
And I like to see that you're flattening it.
Yep.
Something as small as a spaghetti box isn't as big of a deal as a big cardboard box, but it is nice to have everything flattened.
Awesome. All right, so I'll put it in, but no points for me. All right.
Okay. You mentioned composting, so this is something I've actually been stumped on. This looks like plastic, and it is, but it is compostable plastic, and I've always wondered where this goes. And based on what you said, I think it goes in the trash because we compost trash, but I'm not sure, so I don't know if I should chuck it yet.
Let's take a quick peek at that one, Liz.
Yeah.
I think that this one does have a recycling chasing triangles on it, and in this case it's a number 7. So it is technically recyclable. And while we do compost in San Jose, things that are compostable like utensils, they're really difficult for the materials recovery facility to actually extract and sort out because they're so small.
Okay.
So in this case, we want to make sure that it's empty and no need to rinse or anything. Make sure that it's empty and that can go in the recycling cart.
All right, well,
All right.
now I will never ask again.
Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Well, here's a battery, a small battery, and I'm going to assume that the battery, and here, this is a larger battery, right? So I assume they're going to the same place. Definitely not recyclable, and I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to put these in the trash, so this is like a trick question. I'm going to assume that these go to the hazardous waste facility.
Yes, they do. That's correct. HHW.org, which is operated through the County of Santa Clara, has free drop-offs. You just have to make a free appointment and drop off things such as batteries, fluorescent light bulbs, cans of paint, things of that nature. Definitely do not put those in the garbage or the recycling. They're very dangerous. They can, in the case of batteries, they can catch the trucks on fire. They can cause fires at the material recovery facilities. So they can be very dangerous to put in garbage or recycling.
And if people want to search online for how to find that again, what did you say it was?
That was HHW.org.
HHW.org. Awesome. All right.
My turn. I am guilty of online shopping, but I am also guilty of going to Target in person. And I know they have bins at Target and maybe other stores for these kinds of bags, right? I can't recycle it at home, but I can take it to Target, and I'm not sure what other stores, but maybe you can tell me.
Yeah, so things like film plastic, and I think we can probably group in some of these other film plastics as well. Those are They are recyclable. They are not recyclable in San Jose's residential program. So you can bundle them up and take them to different retailers like Target, some grocery stores, and they'll usually have a box that you can place them in, and they will be recycled. If you're unable to do that for some reason, or you're not finding a retailer that's participating, the best place to put them is in the garbage. So not only are they not recyclable in San Jose, the reason why is when you put them in the recycling cart and they go to the material recovery facility and they get sorted, they tangle up the machinery. And so they kind of create a big problem there where they have to stop the machinery. It creates delays, and you have employees that have to climb in there and untangle things, which is very unsafe. So that's why we like to keep plastic bags, film plastic, out of the recycle cart.
Well, I'm swinging by Target on the way home, so I will take these with me.
There you go, Liz. I think we have some more here.
Cool.
All right. This is one I've always been curious about, so I'll grab this Kleenex box. So it has this plastic. If I remember what you said before, it's not a real significant amount, so I'm going to guess that this can go in the recycling bin.
That's correct, yes.
All right. Awesome.
All right, my turn. What can I say? I've been bad about getting takeout in the pandemic. It's a habit I need to break, but this has food waste in it. So even though I do see the triangle here, this has the triangle one, and then the bottom also does. I need to scrape all the food out of here before it's recyclable, right?
Yes, that's correct. So we want to empty and scrape any food, residue, liquids. The thing that we don't want is food and liquids in the recycling cart. So our motto is no food, no liquid, no problem. And the reason behind that is whenever food and liquid ends up in this cart, it contaminates the really good material like the cardboard boxes and the paper, and it gets on the things that are in this cart and make them non-recyclable or non-marketable. And they don't just contaminate what's in this cart. When this cart gets picked up by the truck, it also contaminates the things that are in the truck. So it becomes very widespread. So a half a can of soda can do an awful lot of damage to things that would otherwise be recycled. So we want to keep things like paper clean and dry. And that container that you're showing us there, Liz, is not something that needs to be washed either. So we're headed into a drought, unfortunately, and we don't want to spend a lot of extra water rinsing and washing things. You don't have to get it sparkling clean. Empty and scrape is all you really need to do.
Cool. All right.
All right.
Return that.
Good to know.
Yeah, I have actually been rinsing out my recycling, so now I know not to.
So magazine, I would think would be recyclable. It has staples in it, and it's pretty glossy, but I'm assuming you can recycle that?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay. Love in and out. This is cardboard. It's all cleared out. Part of me wants to say this is recyclable, but like this is filmy. So I'm gonna guess it's not recyclable. I might lose a point, but I think this goes in the trash.
Well, you've got three different things there, so it's a little bit of a trick question. So you've got a couple pieces that are clearly garbage, that the lid is not recyclable, there's no chasing arrow symbol on there, the straw is definitely not recyclable. And then the cups, they are a little tricky. It is cardboard, but it is kind of wax coated to keep beverages from soaking through. So if you get hot cups from a coffee place, those are definitely not recyclable. Some of the coffee lids are, but the cups aren't. It can be a tricky question. So I would typically say that those are not recyclable when they're coated.
Okay, well, good guess on my part, I guess.
You got it. Okay, is this styrofoam? No.
I think this is the styrofoam you're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, is that styrofoam?
Maybe. I see a triangle.
All right, we'll take both of them. Why not? So this has a 1 on it. I'm pretty sure the 1 is recyclable.
It is.
Okay. This one doesn't have a number, but it sort of has a recycling symbol and it says other. What do I do with other?
Yeah.
I guess I need
a peek at that one.
Yeah, I'll assume that needs to go in the trash.
That's probably a good bet, Matt. Whenever you see these chasing triangles, it can be confusing. Some of them are actually really difficult to read sometimes.
Yeah.
Number 6 is the one that we definitely want to keep out of the recycle cart. Number 6 are a little easier to identify because it's polystyrene. So styrofoam would be the name brand for that. But ones that you can clearly identify, like this one, which is a number 1, can go in recycling. And while it may be okay for this to go in the recycling cart, it's probably fine as well to put it in the garbage cart, along with sorting out food scraps for composting. If our sorters see any valuable recyclables that are still clean and in good condition, they will sort those out as well. So we'll put that one in here for now.
Good point.
All
All right, we're coming down to it now. Just need to be a bit more guessing on my part. This, I'm guessing, is something you can take to the hazardous waste or for junk pickup. This doesn't feel like something I should be putting in the trash or the recycling. So yeah, I think this is one of those other.
So any cords or wires, string lights, those sorts of things, hoses, are things that we definitely want to keep out of the recycling cart because, again, like the plastic bags, they tangle up the machinery, they're dangerous, they cause a lot of delays at our materials recovery facility. That can actually go in the garbage. When you start getting string lights that are have batteries and things embedded in them, then those become hazardous waste. So again, we like to try to keep our recycling and garbage program simple, but there are some complex items.
Okay, no point to me.
Good to know. Okay, so these are kind of similar. One is a receipt, and I know people always talk about all the chemicals and the ink and whatnot, so I'm not sure what that means for recycling. I'm going to guess in a moment here. And then this is some of my children's art, which has a bunch of marker on it, which should be non-toxic. I don't know if that matters at all, but if kids are coloring and there's crayons and paints, or is the paper still recyclable would be the question, and then the receipt as well. And I'm kind of, I'm actually sort of leaning toward putting these in the trash. What do you think?
I think, can we give them a half a point?
Is it one versus the
We'll
other?
round up.
Yeah.
No, that's all right.
So the coloring paper or any sort of just typical paper is recyclable.
Okay.
The receipts, you're correct. They do have a thermal nature to them, and they aren't recyclable. So receipts do go in the garbage.
All right.
And
So the receipt in the garbage, and the kids' art. If we're not putting it on the fridge, we're taking it off the fridge. That's okay.
and I won't tell them you recycle.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of art production in the house. Let me tell you.
Okay.
All right.
We're coming down to
That's about
it.
it.
This bottle. I know that the bottle is definitely recyclable, but I don't think the label is because it's waxy. And not this one, but I am cheating a little bit. I forgot to bring my empty bottle of coffee creamer, and that bottle says to take the label off because some labels aren't recyclable. So I think this is recyclable, but the label goes in the trash.
Well, that's certainly very generous of you to offer to remove the labels. It's definitely not necessary in our program. We try to keep it, like I said, as easy as possible for our residents. So you can leave the labels on and you can leave the lids on. The lids are recyclable, but that one's a little bit on the bigger side. But some of them get pretty small, like water bottle caps and things. And by leaving them on, it keeps them in the system. When you take them off, they get really small and they kind of fall through the cracks and don't necessarily get recovered for recycling. So definitely don't need to remove the labels.
Okay.
On
In that
this.
case.
And it's better to leave the lids on. Huh? Interesting.
And make sure they're empty. This has a tiny little bit
Oh,
left
yeah.
in it, but that's fine as long as it's just generally empty.
All right. Well, I
Light
mean,
bulb.
yeah, light bulb's going to be hazardous waste, I assume.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. That's easy.
All right.
There's also some private locations, in addition to the county's free drop-off program. A lot of public retailers, paint stores, hardware stores, home improvement stores will take a lot of the household hazardous waste items for free as well. They have bins usually towards the front of the store.
Oh, that's great to know.
Cool. All right. Let's wrap this one up. This one is mixed, but it's a lot more plastic. I still think it's recyclable. Oh, no. It's sticky on the inside. That's trash.
Good call, Liz. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
got some greasy donut remnants and a lot of plastic as well.
Awesome. Oh, I forgot to get my. Did you do my
I
light
didn't
bulb
do your
point?
lead point.
Are we tied?
We are
This is
tied.
not a very fun competition.
This is what happens when you put two overachievers against each
Yeah.
other.
So mail with the labels and the stamps, I assume it's still mostly recyclable, so it can go in the recycling?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right,
All
last
right.
piece. This is plastic, and it's got a 1, so it's recyclable.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
And on the plastic, you were saying the main thing to avoid is the number 6. Is that
Yes,
right?
which is really more your polystyrene sort of products.
Okay.
And if you ever end up with something like a cord or a hose or something that you're just not sure, San Jose has a really great website called sanjoserecycles.org. It's got a searchable database, and it'll tell you exactly what to do with that item and where to take it or where to put it, and some kind of helpful tips on reducing waste in general.
Awesome. Valerie, do you want to ask us a tiebreaker question?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What should we know about recycling that we might not have learned today? Anything else? I'm stumping you. I know it's not fair.
There was we talked about the
You know, I have one for you. I think we both know the answer to this, but I've heard multiple people say that they thought that they could recycle clothing, and I know that's not true, right?
That's
So
correct.
clothing, carpeting, that kind of stuff goes in the trash.
Clothing.
Yeah.
We used to accept clothing in the program. We've stopped doing that. Too many of the textiles that were coming through the program were either too soiled or not bagged properly. So we did eliminate textiles from the program a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But definitely, if they are usable, I recommend trying to donate them first or reuse them, repurpose them in some way, and then as a last resort, placing them in the garbage cart.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll
Cool.
take the tie.
Yeah. Title is all
We
right.
also have a really great junk pickup program.
Yes.
So if you
Yeah.
have anything that, like let's say your table breaks here and you need to get rid of it, and it's not something that's going to fit in your garbage cart, then you can schedule a free junk pickup. It is unlimited, so you can make as many appointments as you need, and there's no additional cost to residents for that. You can simply call 311 or 535-3500 is the full number. There is a very handy app, SJ311, that's also accessible through the city's website at sanjoseca.gov/311. And that portal, that app, gives you so much access to a lot of different city services. And we recently added residential garbage and recycling, so you can change the size of your garbage cart if your wheel breaks or your lid falls off. You can schedule to have those carts replaced. You can schedule the free junk pickup. And there's just a variety of things that we can do with that, and makes it quick and easy. You're not having to phone call somebody and sit on a hold or wait for business hours. So the app and the website have been great.
All right,
Awesome.
well, it's a hot one, so I think we're going to let you go, Valerie. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a ton. Thanks everybody for watching, and hope this was helpful. All right.